BravoCon. Well, number one, they had the Vanderpump panel. Okay, yeah. They all sat down together. Ariana was asked, "Have you forgiven Sandoval?" Yeah. No. She's very set. This man will never be forgiven.
Yep.
Sandoval showing no remorse. It's actually insane. Lisa Vanderpump said she was interviewed on the red carpet, and she was asked if you could change anybody's outfit, and she was like, Sandoval. He showed no humility. Yeah, he was wearing no shirt.
He looked terrible.
He was wearing a long skirt. And
hated that outfit so much. And then he was doing push-ups.
Push-ups against James Kennedy. The whole thing. Lala said she, not that it's respect that she has for Sandoval, but kind of in the fact that he still showed up. He still does his shows. He still goes on with his life. And she said, if I was him, I would tell you all to fuck off.
Yeah.
So Lala has kind of a change of pace from the, pit bull attitude she had when the reunion first aired. And that was hot off the press, right after it happened. She has cooled down.
Which I do kind of understand. It's obviously for Ariana, you're holding on to that and it doesn't go away. But for everybody else, you kind of have to move on with your life. You just can't keep that energy all the time.
Right. You can't hold. It's not good to hold things, especially in your body.
And not whatever, be friends with him, but just don't care about him.
Right. Okay.
Whereas that, him, he is just irrelevant to my life.
Right. Indifferent. You know what? Scum ass.
Totally.
But we got to move on from this.
Yep.
And she said, she was interviewed on the red, the carpet as well, and she said listen, what he did was disgusting. Everybody knows that. She was he's not the first to do it. He's not the last. We need to, you said, we all need to just forget about him.
Yep.
Brock talked, and people have been having a problem with Brock. He said, I'm still friends with Sandoval. I enjoy my conversations with him. And then the crowd booed. And then I think it was Schwartz who was don't be the mob. Don't be the mob. And so it seems like there's a little bit of, I think we'll see it play out over the season because then the next day, James Kennedy called Lala out for hanging out in Sandoval's suite.
Right.
She did not hang out in Sandoval's suite. It was Sheena.
Sheena, yeah.
And Sandoval posted an Instagram story where you can see Sheena in the background. And then, Ariana expressed how she thought that was weird. I think people can agree with that. You're not totally thrilled with seeing one of your best friends hang out with this guy late night in the suite with, a couple people. And
it is just kind of funny that literally nobody wants to be seen with him. I even saw that Olivia from Southern Charm was seen leaving the club but she was no. I was there for Paige's birthday and we just so happened to walk out at the same time. And I noticed that we were walking out at the same time. I saw people notice that and I went, uh-oh.
Yeah. Immediately in your head, you're oh, this is not good.
Oh, fuck. No. This is not what it looks like.
Classic case of the same timing.
Yeah, you're just fuck it. It's just everyone's I can't walk. You can't walk anywhere with that guy.
Right, exactly. It's like a death wish. So I think, So then Sheena and Brock were asked about it. And Sheena was Sheena and Brock were both we were at the club. Or we were at the root, whatever. And then, it closed down and we said, we'll go to the penthouse. We didn't know who was staying in the penthouse. Turned out it was Sandoval. I don't believe they didn't know who was staying in the penthouse. Everybody knows who's staying in the penthouse. And they went and Sheena said that she had conversations with Sandoval about how her and Brock had conversations with Sandoval about how they really did not like some of the stuff he was saying about Ariana all weekend.
Right.
And it's kind of
I see he called her a booty head.
I didn't see that.
There was something.
I saw, he said, he was asked about the lightning bolt necklace and he said Ariana ripped it off his neck. Ariana was asked about that. She said she did not rip it off his neck. So conflicting reports about that. Some of the comments he makes, it's you really show no remorse and people would I don't even know if I understand the word, but if he was listen, I am just so sorry. If he just kept saying, I'm so sorry. And I will always be sorry. But he has a nasty attitude about it. When he's asked questions. And so that, it does not help him whatsoever. This was interesting. So Katie and Schwartz were obviously at the panel, and they were asked who's single, and Katie raised her hand, and Lala and other people raised their hand, and they were asked, like, if you have interest with anybody, and Katie said, I want to go outside the friend group. I want to go outside the Bravo group. And Schwartz, and then she said, no more Toms. And then Schwartz said, hi, Katie, you look fabulous. And quickly she said, you look like a couch. And so people went nuts over this, right? When I first saw it, I was like, wow, that was quick. He did look like a couch. Then I watched the live of
Where did I get
the live panel.
Yes.
A different panel with just the girls of Vanderpump. And Katie was asked, like, oh, that was quick. Like, how'd you come up with that? And she said that she didn't actually come up with it. She saw Schwartz that morning, and Schwartz said, hi, I look like a couch. And Katie was like, oh, yeah, you do look like a couch. And then so she used what he said about himself against him. She was like, he walked right into it. He said it to me in the morning. And then you could see Sheena and Ariana were like, oh, like, we thought you came up with that yourself. And like, she still used it. She didn't have to admit that Schwartz said it about himself. She could have ran with that on her own. But it was still quick, and she was able to use what Schwartz said about himself to him. But people thought that she so I thought it was funny that she cleared that up later on.
Stank face.
Oh, yeah, he said that she has a stank face. Yeah. Like, obviously she has a stank face when it comes to you. You think she's going to sit there with a smile, like, looking at you? Like, she doesn't like you. You disgust her.